All right, good morning, good evening. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dowell. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try my best to answer this question the best way I know how. And I can only hope that some way, somehow, through social media network and the strength of the internet, notice it's just a hope. Then maybe it will get to someone on the cabinet of the president, and then they will present him this video right here, okay? So therefore, I'm going to make it short and sweet, all right? Listen, it's obvious that in this country, there has always been an immigration problem because from the beginning, the indigenous people of the land is their land. And the truth of the matter, historical truth is that the land got stolen through deceit, hook and crook. It wasn't taken in conquest. And that's just the truth. When the Europeans came over here, that's how the land was taken. So now we have squatters on the land, Europeans, setting the laws because now they're in the governorship and rulership. And they have actually put the Indians on reservations and made alcoholics out of them. And they've chased off the Mexicans and all the Hispanic people and stuff. And now, you know, some people have gained, quote unquote, through generational and generational immigration status or legal American status, which the one thing I do know the truth about is that I'm not even still sure if blacks in this country, according to what I read in the Constitution of the United States of America, and believe you me, I read it very carefully. I'm talking about the Constitution, talking about the Citizens Rule Book, I'm talking about and the Declaration of Independence. I actually read these things because I know that the world has this uncanny ability, and believe me, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to politic or trying to play politics in this video. I'm just telling you the truth. The skinny, whether you like it or not, whether you can accept it or not is another story. But I pretty much have a good grasp of history. Now, I don't know everything there is to know about history, but I do know that we are living under an illusion. I do know that we perceive and think things to be a certain way, but the truth is, the reality of things is that they're not the way that we perceive. All right, so let's go forward. This is the part right here I want to get to the president, all right, since I've done laid that groundwork, all right. There was a story of a man who's been here 20 plus years, and he came into the country, what they say, quote unquote, illegal. Now, you know just as well as I do that corporations hire illegal immigrants and give them social security numbers until they get caught, then they can them. You know just as well as I do. Come on, the general public, we're just not stupid like the government or the world think that we are. Just because we don't have a platform or a TV camera up in front of us don't mean that we're as ignorant as these people think that we are. But there are some people that have come over here illegally, and they have tried to work the system. They have tried to go through the actual system to gain so-called, quote-unquote, legal status. Well, as time and chance would have it, a man is in there, he's going to marry a wife. He's going to have children. But this particular immigrant right here, he had 3 children and a business in which he employed 20 people. Now, listen to me. Stop for a second. If you are from the conservative perspective, you would consider that, man, what a blessing. Man, what a good man. Man, he's a capitalist. Man, all right, man. So guess what? In that case, you would enforce as much as you can the law of compassion, simply because of the monetary gain that this man is able to generate through the business and actually employ other Americans. Well, what happened? He got deported, unmercifully deported. So, in other words, I understand being stringent in laws. And mind you, if you get a speeding ticket, you go pay the fine. You know what that's called? Forgiveness. It's forgiveness from the government, period. And once it's paid, it's like you ain't never done it again. Unless, you know the dog and pony show. If you pay the ticket, then the insurance companies hold it against you. And just like the devil does, he points his finger at you and say, you remember you did this 2-3 years ago, therefore we're going to keep your rates up high. But if you go and pay an attorney, or if you go to traffic school, you go straight to the one that you allegedly so-called offended, then guess what? guess what happens then? You get forgiveness. What's that forgiveness? Well, either you can choose to slow down or you can go speed again, play the game again. It's a big entire game. That's what it is. So there's much to be desired and a lot to be considered, especially in the time that we're in here today. I can only hope that you are listening to me and you're gaining some form of insight. I really, truly can, because there's a lot of things that's just in plain sight right in front of you. In other words, we must let cooler heads prevail here at this moment. And we must let compassion dictate. Because anytime they want, come on, people, they can get together and make laws. I mean, I live in this particular county. And there's nothing stopping the legislation body to make a law to try to force us as a community to bind it with it. Now, what we have to do at that particular point in time is we have to pick and choose whether we're going to obey that law. We're going to have to determine, is it a lawful law or is it unlawful? Because the same thing they say in the military, they tell you that if it's an unlawful order, you don't have to obey it. But you disobey it, you got hell to pay. I promise you that. But you have to be willing to take the stigma that come along with it. And most people just simply don't have that kind of intestinal fortitude in order to stand. Everything we do in life has to do with liability. It's a liability issue. It really, truly is. And you have to determine if that's the course you're going to take. I don't have the confidence in people that they're all there. I really, truly don't. I don't think that people just literally, truly all there. And I'm sorry if I'm pessimistic to the attitude of the American people, ranging from children all the way up. But I just realize, and I know for a fact that we are just simply not a thinking people, period. So consider what I say, and may the Most High and everybody else who has wisdom give you understanding, because I'm speaking to you the truth. I really, truly am. I think that there should be, I do, that's my own personal opinion. I think there should be some type of, what the government would call leniency or forgiveness, especially amongst those who are not a detriment to society. Am I making any sense? I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. Chime in. Tell me what you think about my thoughts. Y'all have a good night.